Boker Tov, Chaverim. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Breaking news this morning coming out of Russia on World 24 News. President Putin did an interview there, and of course, Letna.ru is speaking about that interview here in the Russian language here. Basically, what it's speaking about here, translating it with Google, Putin said the deterioration of relations between Russia and the United States at the Trump. That's kind of like a Spanish slang word there, being like a degraded type of person there. But what we're looking at is that, according to President Putin here, is that the relations between the United States, since President Trump has taken office, have severely deteriorated. They have degraded is one word they use when he says we can say that the level of trust at the working level, especially at the military level, it has not become better, but most likely degraded. This is a very tense situation, especially since we had reported just the other day on our own news there, U.S. prepares for war on two fronts there. And in that broadcast, we had shared with you, let me just bring that out to you real quick here at around about 250 minutes there, if I can bring that out for you. Listen to this here.
RBC.ru, Putin spoke about the preparation of the him attack in several regions of Syria. Moscow has information on preparing a chemical attack like the one that occurred in Idlib in other parts of Syria, including the capital of Damascus, said President Vladimir Putin. So Russia is actually realizing with their own intel that the United States, their U.S.-backed rebels there, are planning more chemical attacks, and only to blame this on President Bashar al-Assad.
You know, what's really happening here, we actually brought this out to you guys yesterday. I saw also on Next News, I get to see them occasionally there, but he's also reporting the same thing from a different source than what we did yesterday, about more fake flag attacks there of chemical weapons around Damascus. And of course, Russia is saying that this is going to be done and blamed on the United States, blamed on Syrian's President Bashar al-Assad. And another interesting twist that we saw as well is that now that this is all happening, the United States is also trying to say that Russia knew in advance that President Bashar al-Assad was going to use chemical weapons, almost as if the U.S. is trying to justify a strike on Russia as well. So no wonder why President Putin is saying that the relationships have deteriorated or degraded since President Trump has taken office. And again, I really don't think that this is so much President Trump's desire, unless he was just playing that card all along to look like a friend to President Putin, much like Erdogan did in his staged coup event in order to get his troops inside of Syria. This may have been a play from the very beginning, and I hate to think it's that way, guys, but this has been an agenda. We're going to share that with you later today in a very in-depth study there, something that Yana discovered herself, how the demise of Syria has been planned as early as 1986. We're going to go into that and also share some biblical insights that I've recently discovered as well that wraps around what I would call a ring of fire in the Middle East there. Not speaking about the earthquake ring of fire over in the Pacific Ocean, but a ring of fire in the Middle East. We're going to go into that a little bit later today. Also, as of right now, President, Lavrov, Secretary of, Russia's foreign minister there, is speaking with Mr. Tillerson, the Secretary of State, but also there is a possibility that Putin and Tillerson will be meeting, possible to a certain extent, says the Kremlin. I have to kind of wait to see how that unfolds, but as of right now, he is meeting with Foreign Minister Lavrov, and they've already greeted there at the Kremlin there in Russia. I have to kind of wait to see how that plays out and what will be the end game in all of this. One other thing too, I want to mention to you quickly. I don't have it up on the screen right now, or maybe I do. Yes, I do. I do have it up on the screen here on war.ru in the Russian language there. They're putting a different twist on this issue with China. Now, I believe that it looks like that China's been preparing and planning along with the United States to actually invade North Korea. But Russian news is putting a little difference there. They're saying that China has moved 150,000 troops on the northern side of North Korea for the preparation of a U.S. invasion there and to deal with the influx of refugees. But why then did they put the Dongfeng 41 intercontinental ballistic missiles. Is there another reason behind this then? So if the Chinese are not working with the United States and instead are preparing to deal with a massive influx of refugees, and also they're setting up field hospitals, according to the Russian news source here on topwar.ru, then there may be something altogether coming down the pipe here that I didn't anticipate at all. I have to wait and see if China is actually working with the United States to take down North Korea, or are they planning a different scenario altogether? I'm Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live. Shalom.